Director Stacy James is a Mary Kay multimillionaire with over $6 million in commissions, and her highest monthly check so far is over $47,000. Stacy has been a member of the exclusive Inner Circle 11 times. She's proud that Mexico's Marisela Becerra de Mesa, NSD Emeritus Mary Pat Rayner, and Amy Gamboian debuted as national sales directors from her area. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your number 3 national sales director, Independent Executive National Sales Director, Stacy James.
I knew that I would not. I feel good. I knew that I would not. So good, so good. I got you. Wow, I feel nice. A sugar and spice.
Woo! Here we are. Has this been an amazing morning? Wow. My goodness, life-changing. Here we go. We are not to conform to the thoughts of this world because we are to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And there are so many things that happen in this seminar that are going to renew our minds, renew our spirits, renew our hearts, renew our vision, give us something new to focus on because he is doing a new thing in us. There is one of my favorite authors. His name is Miles Monroe, and he has in a book about vision that there are 3 kinds of people when he talks about vision and dreams. And I want to know, are there any women in this room who have a new dream? Are there any men in this room who have some new dreams? Are there any men in this room who have new dreams for their wives? Well, he said that there are 3 kinds of people, and the first kind of people are the majority of the people in the world, and those are the people who do not know that they have a dream. They do not know that they were birthed with one. They do not know it's in their DNA. They do not know that they have a purpose for their life, and it's supposed to be meaningful, and it's supposed to have a specific direction, and it's supposed to make a difference into the lives of others. They don't know that. And then there are the second kinds of people, and those people are those who had a dream at some point. And that dream might have been a little girl dream, or it might have been a dream in high school, or it might have been a dream when you were in college, something that you knew you were going to do, something you knew you were going to attain, something you knew you were going to accomplish. And then something happened. It could have been a crisis. It could have been a discouragement. It could just in life. Sometimes life has a tendency to start to run us instead of us having the tendency to control our life and to design our life and to know that our life can look like what we choose for it to, when oftentimes people assume that our lives look like what we were just left to live. And then the third kind of people in the world, he said, and those are people that know they have a dream in their heart. They know that there's something within them that's stirring. They just don't know what it is. You know, it's kind of like they're calling and they're aware of it, but you don't know what to do with it. You don't know where to take it, and you don't know what you're supposed to and where you're supposed to go with it and accomplish with it, but it's still stirring in there. You can feel it. And what I love about seminars is that it puts us in the atmosphere that we get to allow our heart to open up, our hearts to soften, our hearts to receive. When that happens, then as a result of that, we start to allow ourselves to discover what that dream is. So those are the 3 kinds of people. Now, we talked about some fears this morning, so I'm going to tell you some stories. Are you ready? Okay. Anybody in this room ever felt fear before? Any of you know that you got some fears right now? Any of you have a phobia? Any phobias? Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to banish this thing, but I want you to know that in Mary Kay, from the moment that I became a consultant, I discovered that there were fears that I needed to work through. But there was one fear that I had all these years since I was a little girl, and it's the fear of heights. Does anybody join me in that one? Well, I've always had fear of heights when I was small. My dad was a home builder, and when the construction goes on houses, usually when you go up steps that are under construction, you can look through it, you can see through to the basement. You know what I mean? Well, my dad, I would go to the top of the steps, and I would be so frightened I could come down, so he would have to carry me down. And I hated that. And I don't think it was that I hated the fear of the heights as much as I didn't like the fact that something was controlling me and that I couldn't do it myself. That feeling it felt diminishing. It felt as if I wasn't able to be my strong self and my powerful self because of that fear. It was holding me in a small place. So as I grew up, that fear still continued. I did find myself very often feeling it, but when I did, it was very obvious and apparent. One time, we had some friends of ours who had a hot air balloon. And they wanted us to see it launch. They asked me several times to get in the balloon, and I never wanted to. They would go, don't you want to go? No. So we were watching the balloons launch, and she walked over to my daughter Whitney, who was in my arms at the time, who was about 4 years old, and she put her arms up, and Whitney got in her arms. She put Whitney in the basket of the balloon, and of course, every mom, I climbed in the basket right after my daughter. He cut the rope, balloon took off, and I found myself laying on the floor of the basket. I had my daughter in my arms, and she kept going, Mommy, I want to see it. I'm like, dude, I want to see. All I could think of was we were above ground. I'm in a basket. It is wicker. There is a balloon above me, and there's fire in the balloon. How does that make any sense? When the basket landed, I fell out of the basket, laid on the ground. It was not a pretty sight. It was very sad. Okay, so hold that thought. I want you to have that thought. Because a few years ago, our trip as NSTs was Sydney, Australia. And in Sydney, Australia, there are a million wonderful things to see, like the Sydney Opera House. But there's also an attraction, which I didn't know the first 2 times I was in Sydney, Australia. I saw this beautiful bridge. I didn't know it was an attraction. It's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The attraction is that a lot of people come from all over the world to climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Now, when we received information about Sydney, Australia, at Leadership Conference, I walked into the NSD suite, and all the NSDs were marking off all the excursions they wanted to take. And Cindy Williams said to me, Stacy, I want to climb Sydney Harbour Bridge, and it's not on the excursion list. What do you think that is? And all I could do is look at it and say, because it's a stupid idea. So my very mentally healthy girlfriend didn't pay any attention to me whatsoever, because mentally healthy people, it doesn't matter if people rain in a parade, but it doesn't matter if people tell you something stupid. If you're going to do it and you want to and you set your mind on it and you're in a company like this, teaches you how to do that and focus on good and look for the dream and believe in the dream and grab onto the dream, then you just pay attention to the naysayers of the people that don't understand what your dream is, because you cannot show a 3 by 5 mind, age 22 by 1700 dream. They don't get it. So at that point in time, my mind, as far as phobia of heights, was pretty strong. So I walked out of that room and I forgot about it, because I forget about things I don't like to think about. Didn't think about it again until we were at NSD meetings in April. And May was when the trip was. And we're sitting around the table at meetings, inter-school meetings, and everything else was done. We're having conversations, waiting for the limos to come pick us up and take us to the airport. I love being National Sales Director. And Karen Pirro said, oh my gosh, we're looking at excursions for a trip. And it says on excursions all these things too, but it doesn't say Sydney Harbour Bridge climb. And Steve and I want on the Sydney Harbour Bridge climb. And looking at her with that strange look on my face, and then all of a sudden, Pat Danforth, she piped up and she says the same thing. And they said, Ron Trammell, how come it's not on there? And Ron Trammell turned to them and said, because we would have to take out so much insurance to cover all of you to climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's just outrageous. And so all you need when you have a fear is to be given evidence as to why something really is ridiculous. And my response to that was, I told you. Okay, so next month, we're leaving for the trip. We get to the trip about a day late because our daughter Mackenzie was graduating from high school. And we get to the hotel at 7:30 in the morning, the First Seasons Hotel in Sydney, Australia. And we walk in the door, and several of the NC husbands, they run in the door right behind us. They're doing body slams. They're going, slamming each other, and doing high fives and dancing all over at 7:30 in the morning. And I turned to them and, what are you doing? They went, we just come to Sydney Harbour Bridge. Yeah. So I walked up and I looked at the bridge and I said, that bridge? Little bitty people up on top of that bridge? They said yes, and I went, oh my gosh, you guys. So Brian and I went to lunch in Sydney Harbour. We're sitting there looking out over the beautiful horizon, and Pat Danforth comes walking up to me, National Sales Director. Her eyes are really big, and she's not walking just nice and slow. She's walking like this. Now, have you ever noticed people who have somewhere to go and something to do in their life is important? They have a tendency to just kind of walk quickly and with great direction, and they have presence. Do you have a presence? Show me your presence. I want to see your presence. Confident presence has a certain look about it. Pat approached me and she looked into my eyes and she said, oh my gosh, Stacy, Tim and I just climbed Sydney Harbour Bridge about an hour ago. It was amazing. And I said, you know what, I want to hear about this bridge climb stuff anymore, because I have fear of heights. And she said to me, so do I. And I said, then why did you climb the bridge? And she said, because I don't want to have a fear of heights anymore. And I said, so, breakfast, sitting at a table in the hotel. The back of my chair starts to rock, and I look up at beautiful Cheryl Warfield, who's looking a little peaked. And I said, are you okay? And she said, I'm not feeling so good. And I said, how come? And she said, because I'm going to climb the City Harbor Bridge today. And I said, oh. And she said, I think I'm getting sick. And I went, I don't think you need to climb the bridge. No. So we went on our way. That night was our last dinner night. And I was waiting in the lobby with all the nationals all dressed up. Limousines were pulling up to take us out to dinner. And here comes Cheryl and Steph. And I saw that look in her eye. It was the same look Pat had in her eye. So I totally avoided her. In fact, I got into the limo with Carly Eisenhart because I knew Carly didn't climb the bridge. She hadn't said anything about it. And so I climbed into Carly. We went to dinner. We were sitting together. Carly and I were having an amazing conversation. Carly got up and went to the bathroom. And as she left to go to the bathroom, pretty soon her seat was empty. And Cheryl Warfield sat down right next to me, looked into my eyes and went, oh my gosh.